Alright. Okay, so dalam process management, again, topik yang kita akan going to learn. Alright, this is process management. Dalam process management, topik yang kita akan learn adalah number 1 adalah process concept. This is number 1. Alright, number 2 kita akan learn about single tasking. Apa itu single tasking? Dan yang terakhir kita akan learn adalah multitasking. Alright, we have number 3, multitasking. Okay, boleh? Alright. So, please refer kepada nota. Alright, sebab dalam nota itu terlampau, sebenarnya dalam nota kita ada banyak in detail. So, you boleh faham very clearly. Alright, first of all, we look at on process. Okay, so in order to understand about process concept, kita kena faham the difference between process, thread and application. Right, now, we look at on these 3 different. Apa itu process? Apa itu we call as application? Alright, okay, mungkin kita belajar application dulu. Sebab application dulu, kemudian kita tengok apa itu process dan apa itu thread. Boleh? So we have to understand these 3 area. There are different between application, process and thread. Alright, yang pertama, boleh nampak? Alright, yang pertama application. Application is inactive entity. Inactive entity. Maksudnya, alright, bila kita as a user we click that program ataupun application, it will be executed, it will be running. Alright, until we as a user click that application. That is inactive entity. One application, one app, alright, can create more than one process. Lebih daripada satu proses. Alright, example, bila kita launch application like for example we have OBS right now ataupun we have OBS because madam use OBS. Alright, we have application like OBS. One OBS application can create lebih daripada satu proses OBS. Alright, clear? Alright, how about thread? How about process? Process we call as active entity. Alright, this we call active entity. Ataupun kita panggil is running program. Ataupun executable punya program, executing punya program. The program is currently running, we call as a process. Alright, dan apa is number 3 adalah setiap proses, alright, setiap proses required dia punya memory usage and different bergantung kepada that particular process. Memory usage and memory resources required is different. It depends on that particular process. Alright, so this we call as memory based on application. Okay, so lagi number 4, one process can create more than one thread. Alright, so this is about process. Satu proses boleh hasilkan lebih daripada satu thread. Alright, so how about thread? Thread adalah we call as there is name for thread. Okay, here we call lightweight. Alright, lightweight process. We call lightweight. Kenapa lightweight? Alright, dia punya kita panggil dia punya special about thread is sharing the memory resources among the same process. For example, tadi we have process process OBS running and will create more lebih daripada satu thread. This all thread under same process will share the same memory. Alright, that is a good thing about thread. Alright, so alright, apa lagi? Alright, so this is sharing memory resources among the process. Okay, boleh? Alright, so there is 3 difference between application, process and also thread. Alright, boleh. So now we move on another topic dalam process management, another subtopic dalam process management we call how we differentiate between I/O bound and CPU bound. Alright, seterusnya, okay, boleh? Okay, kita buat macam ini dulu. This is process concept. Okay, kita buang ini, nanti kita masuk satu persatu, boleh? Alright, this number 1. That is process concept. Alright, so this is number 1. Number 2, alright, how we differentiate between I/O and CPU bound? CPU versus I/O bound. Okay, first of all, we have to understand this bound means. Bound maksudnya mana yang lebih, kita panggil apa, application, ataupun mana yang lebih proses yang mana yang lebih kita panggil use CPU resources ataupun I/O resources. That is we call bound. Ataupun dekat sini adalah kalau kita differentiate between CPU and I/O bound. Okay, CPU means, alright, kita put in I/O bound dulu. Okay, CPU. Okay, activity lebih kepada computation ataupun CPU computation, kita panggil pengiraan dekat CPU ataupun CPU computation is spend more time doing CPU computation rather than I/O. That is we call CPU bound. Alright. Kedua adalah we call as I/O queue always empty. Alright, sebab banyak activity is doing on CPU side compared to I/O activity. Alright, it's different with I/O bound. Here, spend activity more, alright, on I/O compared to CPU. Alright, spend on I/O activity compared to CPU. That we call I/O bound. Alright, number 2, here adalah we call as ready queue ataupun inside memory. Ready queue always empty. Alright, so this is two different yang we should to understand very clearly. Alright, so let's say what is the example of this application? Which application we call as I/O bound? Which application we call as I/O bound? Alright, we get one example. One example, let's say we do the process or application is more on CPU side compared to I/O side. For example, here we do the computation. For example, pengiraan, algorithm dan sebagainya adalah melibatkan CPU. I/O bound seperti we transfer data, alright, melibatkan webcam for example. Example here webcam. Alright, ataupun example satu application, alright, example adalah we call face recognition. Alright, pernah dengar tak one application we call as face recognition? For example, kita ambil yang paling senang adalah untuk thumbprint. Biasa we guna thumbprint, but in UiTM maybe we guna face to do the recognition. When face recognition, it will involve both CPU and I/O bound. Bagaimana? Alright, I/O bound, it get from the camera. It will recognize atau will capture our kita panggil face. Alright, then the computation to do the comparison between the previous database with our current, kita panggil gambar muka kita. It will do the computation. CPU will compute, do the algorithm to compare every pixel by pixel. Alright, and then it will match. Alright, either we are authorized user or not. Alright, so that is one example. And this example tadi, face recognition, they actually use both CPU bound and I/O bound. The best process ataupun application of course must have these two combination, CPU and I/O bound. Alright, that is under process state ataupun process management, process concept. Alright, under process management juga we will learn about the difference between job scheduler and CPU scheduler. Alright, so this another thing. Number 3, boleh tak kat sini sebab ni tinggi sangat. Job versus CPU scheduler. Nampak tak? Okay. That is number 3. We have to understand apa itu job, apa itu CPU scheduler. Alright. Dalam job scheduler we call as high level. Kenapa high level? It handle job where the job enter to the system. It just create the process and it called as job scheduler. Alright. it select job from a queue of incoming job and place them in process queue. Alright, so job tadi, this is we call head level. Job daripada biasanya ini from new pergi kepada ready. Alright, it's just created and then kita pergi kepada ready queue. Alright, we call high level scheduler. Alright, so now we have another scheduler we call as CPU scheduler. Alright, CPU scheduler here, alright, it manage process while that process inside queue and waiting to be executed by processor. That is we call CPU scheduler, which is handle ataupun kita panggil kat sini as CPU scheduler, which is handle job as enter to the queue memory ataupun memory. It's from ready to running, alright, and then go to waiting state and then back to ready. Alright, that is CPU scheduler. Alright, so that is two things about two scheduler ataupun we call as process management scheduler. Okay, next we will look about process concept. Alright, process concept. Here we will look at on another thing in process concept we call as process state. And number 4, nampak tak? Okay, kat sini ya, kita duduk kat sini. Alright, we have process state. Okay. Okay, boleh? Alright, in process state, okay, you have to understand about 5 process state. Yang pertama adalah kat sini lah sebab tak clear. Yang pertama adalah new. Okay, process just created. Alright, renew. Process just created. Alright, process just created kemudian pergi kepada another process, another state we call as ready. Apa maksud ready? Alright, process is ready and put inside the ready queue. Alright, that is ready state. Alright, and inside the ready queue which is waiting, alright, to be executed by processor. Next state adalah running. Okay, why running? Alright, maksudnya running here adalah the CPU is executing that particular process. For one processor mean that one running state at one time. But then if in multi-core, let's say we have 4 processor, like now we have i5. Alright, i5 have 4 processor. For example, we can have 4 processor state. We can have 4 running state at one time. That is for quad-core processor. Alright, so now in running state means that the CPU is currently running that particular process. Again, running state, it depends how many running state ataupun running process in one time. It depends on number of processor. Alright, so now, alright, while running, processes can go back to ready. Maybe have interrupt. Alright, maybe when interrupt occur, alright, CPU must release all this we call as a process and then issue the interrupt because interrupt got the first priority. Alright, here maybe running, we can go to the ready state. This is we call interrupt. Alright, running also maybe in some cases, alright, CPU is waiting for I/O to be completed and running can go to another state we call as waiting. Alright, so this is running to waiting. Alright, another one. Alright, so we have here, alright, we have here running to waiting. This we call as I/O waiting. Waiting for another I/O. Alright, boleh? So while running, maybe the process can be completed. It be completed. Alright, we go to another state which is terminated. Alright, terminated maksudnya is completed. Completed. Alright, process. Alright, so next waiting state can go to another state which is ready. Alright, and then maybe I/O is ready and then we'll go back to the running state again. Alright, that is processing. You should understand. Alright, we have total 5 process state here. One is new, ready, running, waiting, and setiap proses itu ada dia punya own where actually it locate. For example, new process ni is in hard disk. Alright, here which is ready queue, and ready is from memory. and here running is from CPU. Alright, so that is the process state. Next, we look at PCB. PCB stands for process control block. Alright, in process control block, we have CPU scheduling information, we have memory management information, we have accounting information, and also I/O status information. CPU scheduling information means that the information about the process priority pointed to the scheduling queue, then also other parameter for scheduling. Alright, while for memory management information, they have the value of the base and also the limit for that particular register, page table, and also segmentation table. Alright, for accounting information, there is information about how long atau amount of CPU time required for that particular process to be run by CPU. Alright, time limit, account number, and also job or process number. And status information, including list of I/O devices and list of open file. That's all inside PCB or process control block information. Alright, so we are done on process concept. Again, in process concept, we will need to understand about these three different application, process, and track. And we have to understand also the difference between CPU and I/O bound. And then we have to look about the difference between job and CPU scheduler. And then here we have another last topic in process concept is process state, and we have to understand about 5 process state, including new, ready, running, terminated, and waiting. Alright, that's it for process concept. Now we move on another topic which is also inside process management, which is single tasking and also multitasking. Alright, we end our class first for the part number 1, then we will continue on part number 2, which is talking about single tasking and multitasking. Okay, bye. Until then, we meet again. Bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.